Now at this point, the next step in an invoice would be fairly straightforward. We're going to add 5 plus 9 plus 10. And again, we can do that in our heads. We could also get Excel to do it by just simply typing equals cells D2 plus cell D3 plus cell D4. Whoops. And sure enough, it will do my calculation. So if I press enter, it does answer that as $24. However, that could become very tedious if your spreadsheet or your invoice gets to be too long. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to use an Excel formula. So I'm going to delete that cell, and I'm going to actually use a formula known as sum. Now in Excel, there are a lot of formulas that you have to choose from. If you want a complete list, you can just go ahead and press this FX button right here, and it will give you a complete list of formulas for just about any situation that you could possibly need. But really what I want to do with this column is simply create a sum. So again, I'm going to start with my equal sign because equals identifies that I want to create a formula, or I want to actually do a calculation. But what I'm going to do for my function is I'm going to type in the word sum. Now you see it's already starting to fill this in for me. And so I just finished with the word sum, which is exactly what it sounds like. I open up the bracket, and now it says, okay, what do I want to add up? Well, I'd like to add up all of these numbers. So all I'm going to do now is simply drag my cursor over the numbers I want to add, and you see it's got D2 colon D4, which means I want the sum of all the numbers from cells D2 to D4. And you can see that being advantageous if you had 40 values, then just simply sum D2 to D40 would be a lot easier than D2 plus D3 plus D4 plus D5. So I can go ahead and close that now with a closing parentheses, press return, and now it actually does the same calculation. The nice thing with all of this, by the way, is that if any of these numbers change, this number will change with it. So for example, if I change my mind and I want to buy 5 chocolate bars, immediately the final value changes to match it.